They shall be my finest warriors, these men who give themselves to me. Like clay I shall mold them, and in the furnace of war forge them. They will be of iron will and steely muscle. In great armor shall I clad them, and with the mightiest guns will they be armed. They will be untouched by plague or disease. No sickness will blight them. They will have tactics, strategies, and machines, such that no foe can best them in battle. They are my bulwark against the terror. They are the defenders of humanity. They are my space marines, and they shall know no fear.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So this is the end of the year hobby video for me, and it's of course my last wall protocol force. I started this year, and I'm going to be carrying on next year and hopefully the year after that. Hopefully it'll just grow and grow and grow until I have as many models as that's actually in the last wall, and just have an awesome force of Sons of Dorn. We will zoom in a second and start looking at different sections of the army and stuff and go through it all. There is some new additions with the Crimson Fist and stuff. For those of you who don't know what the last war protocol is, basically when Terra's under massive threat, Rogal Dorn put in a protocol called the Last Wall, where all the Sons of Dorn come back together to reform the Legion. The last time it was used was in M32, if I'm not mistaken, to go against the Orcs, the Beast Arises series. Great series, 12-part book series. Go and check it out. It's over on Block Library. Amazing, just full of Black Templars, Imperial Fists, Executioners, all the awesome Space Marines, and they just absolutely purging Xenos. So, right, let's jump in. Let's start looking at different parts of the army, and we'll go through it all, and I'll show you what I have in my force as of now. Okay, so we're back, and I'm going to be showing just the middle section first. And when I say the middle section, this is more or less what all my HQs are. So, of course, I've got glorious Rogal Dorn here in the middle, because without this chap, none of us would have existed. This was actually commission painting for me, this one, by a chap called MiniBrush Studios. Fantastic painter, absolutely amazing painter. The reason I got this commissioned, because it's a display model. I never play with him. He just sits in my display cabinet looking absolutely glorious. So I just wanted to get the best possible paint job. You'll probably see that my paint job, well, I always say this, but all my stuff is tabletop standard. There's anything fancy about it. I just want it to look good on the tabletop, so I think I've achieved that when my characters and my army and stuff like that. I'm really happy how it's turned out. I think it's been something absolutely fantastic just to build and paint and just bring to life. Like every week is more or less like you're painting a new chapter, because you do the Fist one week, and then you do some, Excoriators, and then the Executioners, and Crimson Fists and stuff, and there's different HQs. You can mess around and add all these different types of, the lore in there, which these chapters are based on. It's really, really cool. Right, so, as I said, oops, sorry, I just hit my Astraeus. So as I said, we have Rogal Dorn here. We've got the newly made Torgaridon, which has just come out with the Imperial Fist supplement over here. Looking really, really cool. I made him 5th Company, because 5th Company is the best company. I don't care what you say. 5th Company is the best company. When you come to paint yellow, you have to do black trim. You don't want 3rd Company. You end up looking like Ronald McDonald. So it has to be 5th Company. We all know this absolute legend, Chapter Master Valrak, in model format, standing on the base of course, an Iron Warrior who thought he would try and kill Valrak, but Valrak just looked at him and he fell down and exploded. That's how awesome Valrak is. So yeah, that is my personal custom Chapter Master Valrak mini. If we go over here, we have the Tech Priest, not Tech Priest, sorry, Tech Marine, not Tech Priest, by the Emperor, sorry. This was converted from the Iron Hands chap. I forgot what his name is now, but that is his model, just painted in Tech Marine colours. Oh yeah, let me show this guy off. This is off a friend of mine called Grim Resolve. He does amazing bat reps. Go and check him out on YouTube. Fantastic bat reps. And because I sent him a model that he was after, he actually sent me this in return. and I rebased it, kept it on a base, and I use it as part of my army now as like a HQ. It's fantastic. Really appreciate it. If you're watching, mate, love it. Love the model. Still in use, and it's amazing. And you paid him in 5th company as well, which is even more amazing. What should we go to next? Of course, Chaplain. This is from the Excoriator chapter. As you can see, kit bash this guy, made him a bit more badass. I'm not really a big fan with the Primaris Chaplain we have now. I don't like his like trench coat kind of look. So I just kit bashed this Apothecary, added some books onto him and stuff like that, new arms, shoulder pads, kit bashed this Crozius, made it a bit more bigger, better, stronger, a bit of a Volkite weapon. I know Volkite don't exist, but as you'll probably see through this whole build, it's all about the rule of cool. Let me go to my Crimson Fists, because these are newly added. So this is a Crimson Fist Lieutenant. I am going to be adding more with the Crimson Fists. I've just finished the first stage of now, but a nice little lieutenant there from the Crimson Fists. I think it turned out really, really cool. The decals are amazing on this. The decals are from a chap called Scumbag Customs. I'll include his link in the description as well. He does absolutely amazing decals. Apothecary belonging to the Executioners. You can actually see where the Chaplain kind of got his pose from. You know, I used little bits from him and that kind of stuff to like really go there. Oh, that one's a bit, sorry, it's a bit marked there. I just have to move that blue thing. I don't know where that blue thing came off. Oh well. So yeah, that's where I kit bashed that from. What else? Lieutenants or lieutenant, however you want to pronounce it. This is an Executioner one again. Axes, Executioners, makes sense. And this is my Imperial Fist Lieutenant. Again, rule of cool, power sword, and shield. You won't be able to use this with, well, you'll be able to use the power sword, but not the shield, of course. But again, all about the rule of cool, looking like an absolute badass. Love the pose, love everything about it. I think it turned out really, really nice. And again, plasma pistol and power axe for this lieutenant over here. Gravis, I have a Gravis Captain that belongs to the Executioners. I love the Executioners, it's one of my favourite chapters if you probably didn't know all that already. So again, another Executioner Captain. Probably make him into a chapter master if I wanted to, you know, 2 command points now, well worth it. Anything this side? Yes, I have. I've got a couple over here. So this is the Ancient for the Imperial Fist. Again, Power Fist, not Rule of Cool. Look at, as always, you know, keep it that badass Rule of Cool. We've got another Captain or Lieutenant, however you want to use it, belonging to the Executioners. This guy hasn't got no shoulder pads on. I thought he looked a bit more badass without shoulder pads, so we actually just left it off on him. Librarian, we have a Librarian here, again, belonging to the Executioners. Very, very cool. I kit bashed this guy from the Dark Angel Lieutenant. Added some stuff from the Grey Knights on here. Cut and stuck this hood on him. Got the Psyker helmet. Chopped the arms off and, you know, just basically put it on this model. And it turned out pretty nice. I like it. I think it turned out really, really great. Is there anything else? Yes, there is. There's one more HQ choice over here. And that is the first Captain I ever painted for the Imperial Fists. Looking really, really cool. Pointing over there, he's got his sword. That was gifted to him by the Templars. Well, that's the lore I've got behind it, because he's got Templar markings on it. And yeah, he looks like a bit of a badass. You don't want to meet him down a dark alleyway, because he will purge you from existence. Right, I don't know where to go from now. I think we'll go this side, left side, and we'll just start here, go through what I've got, and then we'll go to the right side, and then we'll start looking at some of the tanks and stuff and to finish off the video. So give me a second, let me show the left side off, and then we shall be right back. Okay, so I've just shifted the camera over to the left side a little bit, and what I'll do, I'll just go through some of the Marines. I won't go fully in depth again, because there's not really, I don't think there's a point. I'll show off these guys, because I'm really proud of these. So these are my Crimson Fists. So this is the Sergeant. Made him, you know, like, forward there, brothers. Gave him a little back banner. You don't really see that anymore, but I've always enjoyed them. So Crimson Fist. These guys are all veterans as well. Let me just get one more out and just show you this other one. So these guys are all veterans. So both fists are painted Again, decals from Scumbag. He did all these for me. Veteran symbols on there. Looking really, really nice. Really, really cool. Again, I am going to be building the Crimson Fists up more. I am planning to add a tank to them. Probably may do some snipers as well, and some stuff like that. When I say snipers, I mean eliminators. That kind of thing. When it comes to tactical squads, I've got loads of intercessors. All like this one is just the executioner over here. As I mentioned when I did my executioner videos, it's really, really hard to like break these up because they're like one big colour. So I was putting like bronze and stuff everywhere. Like this one has it on his legs. This one has it on his shoulder pad, his balls, his backpack. You know, just to give each one a little bit more character than you would expect. You know, for the next one, so they're not just one big block of silver. What else have I got over here? Just some I'll just show you my Sergeant Hellblaster. So Hellblasters we've got over here as well. We've got two forms. These are the heavy Hellblasters. We've got the assault ones and stuff like that. If this guy's like pointing forward again, over there, purge everything. That kind of mentality. We've got some aggressors. I've got 9 aggressors altogether. Boltstorm gauntlets, of course. Bolts, 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 bolts. You have to have all the bolts when you're an Imperial Fist, because those 6s, oh boy, those 6s mean extra hits. And of course, with Boltstorm gauntlets, if you don't move them, you get to fire twice. That is a lot of DACO and potential of a lot of hits. Put a Chapter Master next to him, a Lieutenant, all the rerolls. Fun times in the sun. Fun times in the sun, indeed. But yeah, that's it. Plasma, aggressors over there. Let's go over to the right side and we'll look at another chapter and some of the dreadnoughts and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so over this side, I've got the excoriators. These are more or less fully completed. This is a 10-man squad of excoriators. This is one of the sergeants. The sergeant of the excoriators gave him a nice little chainsword just to blend him out a bit. It's actually made from a lieutenant. But yeah, these guys are just all white. I love the excoriators. They have some really cool lore behind them and stuff like that. Nothing too special. Actually, do you know with these? This was when I used the new paints, the contrast paints, because white is an awful colour to paint. So I was like, do you know what? I'm going to try contrast paints with these. And it actually turned out really, really nice. I just primed them in Vallejo white. Then I went over it in Apothecary contrast. And yeah, they turned out like this. It looked really, really nice. Really, really cool. One of the main things is always just don't let it dry. Don't let it pool, because you'll get some like grey patches and stuff like that. So that is like the main thing. Just try to avoid that as much as you can, really. But yeah, you can see again, Scumbag Customs with the decals of these guys. The guy's a legend. Please go and check him out. He makes amazing decals, and it's just not official ones. He'll do any type of decal. We've got Sergeant over here from the Executioners, looking all, go over there, purge, brothers. Again, you can see like the bronze and stuff where I've mixed it around to make it a bit more special. Infiltrators for the Imperial Fist. I am actually, these are still work in progress because all of them, besides this guy, don't have decals. So yeah, there's some infiltrators, but really, I don't really use infiltrators that much. Oh, the guy's just stuck onto this base because of his magnet. Ah! Get off me, brother! Let me just put that guy. That's one of the problems when you have a lot of magnets in your armor. Everything sticks to each other. Let's start with the dreads. So, of course, my little scout dread. For those of you who are aware, actually, let me just get myself into a better place. Again, I'm in my kitchen, so I'm sorry about this. So, okay, let me just put my light there a little bit as well, so the light's a bit better. It's probably just the same. So there we go. There's one of my dreadnoughts, looking very, very cool. That's a scout dreadnought. I only used this guy once, and he actually did perform pretty well. In melee, you know, these things just smash. But with the heavy weapons on them, again, Imperial Fist and heavy weapons, Devastating Doctrine, you're having fun in the sun. Let me just put that guy down there. Another dreadnought. Again, Imperial Fist, Daka, Assault Cannon, pew 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 pew. Oh, let me just put this guy back there. Another Dreadnought. I've got 4 Dreadnoughts altogether. Well, technically, is the Invicta Battlesuit class as a Dreadnought? Not too sure, you decide. This one's got the Plasma, just for rule of cool, I guess. He's got all little skulls on him, because Executioners like to carry skulls. They're like loyalist world eaters. They're amazing. But yeah, there's another one. And this guy, who I like to call Captain Hook, and the reason I call him Captain Hook, because I lost his arm, and I can't find his arm. Anyway, and I haven't got a spare one. So he basically just goes into battle like that. And I just say to someone, hey, he's got a Gatling cannon or he's got a plasma. And they say, yeah, no problem, cool. So that is the other Dreadnought I've got in my army. So get back over there, Captain Hook. Right, what I'll do now, I'll show off the tanks to the best of my ability. Yeah, we'll go from there. Sorry if the sound's a bit bad, by the way. Again, I'll keep saying, I'm in my kitchen. So it's kind of big, so it echoes a lot, and I haven't really got the sound proofing like I normally have upstairs when I do these kind of videos. So let's look at the tanks, and we'll end the video there. Okay, sorry, this is as close as I can get without breaking things. So as you can see, I've got the big Astraeus, big boy Astraeus, right at the back. Now, I actually was going to repaint this as an Imperial Fist Astraeus, but I decided not to. I want to keep it as my Executioner Astraeus, and you know, that's where I started with it, and that's where it should stay. And when it comes to tanks, I've got one Executioner here. I've got an Imperial Fist Repulsor. I think this was the first vehicle I ever painted. No, it wasn't. Sorry, it's the Dreadnought. That was the first Imperial Fist one I did. If I just reach over here, excuse me, this is the Executioner Repulsor with Gatling cannons. It's got a little tech priest popping up, going, go over there, brother, purge away, pew 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 pew. I think that's like the official Tech Marine for Primaris, by the way. Just a half of one. And like I said, when it comes to these Executioner tanks, which I absolutely live and die for, they're amazing. I love them so much. The amount of DACA these things could put out, I absolutely love them. That is one Imperial Fist one there. And if I just grab this one over here, because this one's got like all the fancy doors on it. This is the next one over here. Pew, 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 pew. All cool. Very, very cool. I love them all. Absolutely love them. I love my Executioner tanks. And is there anything else I've missed? Oh yeah, Inceptors. I didn't go over my Inceptors. Custom Inceptors on custom flight stands, because the plastic GW ones really make me rage. They always break and my things snap off. I know you can magnetize them, but I can't be bothered. Finally, the flyer. Well, actually, let me just take this off, because there's something I did actually quite funny, and this is just me. I stuck this on backwards. I stuck this on backwards, so the flaps are pointing inwards. Let's just go with it. So this is my Executioner. Really, this is the only flying vehicle I've got, and I got it because I just like it. It looks like an actual pew 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 fighter plane and stuff like that. But I'm still waiting for that Primaris flyer, GW. Come on now, it shouldn't be too far away. Come on, help Valrak out now. Come on, give me that Primaris flyer transport, please. Primaris flyer transport. And yeah, that's really it. Right, let me zoom back out, and we'll finish off just talking what my other plans are now, and what I should be adding next year. So give me a second, let me zoom out and try and get the full army in focus. Okay, that's the best I can do. It's just so wide. That's the best I can do. So this is, as I stated, this is the start of my last Warforce. I'm absolutely over the moon on how it's looking. I cannot wait to add more to it. I've got a lot more decals. I'm planning to add Sons of the Phoenix, Black Templars. My mind's just gone absolutely blank. Just every official chapter that is a successor of Dorn, which is still alive and not been, annihilated, will be in this army eventually. Eventually, because I want it all. I want more colours. I want the greens. I want the blacks. I want the reds. Or just a rainbow set of awesome purging for the glorious sons of Rogel Dorn. Right, thank you for coming, thank you for watching. As I stated, this is the end of the year hobby video. No more hobby videos now. If I don't see you, enjoy your Christmas. Have a great time with your family, eating all the food you can, stuff your mouth. Hopefully you'll wake up on Christmas Day and you'll get loads of models. Awesome models. Everyone should get Rogel Dorn because he's the greatest Primarch that has ever lived. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Leave your thoughts, feedback, anything like that in the comment section, and we can have a nice little chat about it down there. See you now, and bye-bye. Oh, this way. Bye-bye, 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 bye-bye.